Working in behavioral health or managing an organization in the industry can be challenging. Regulations are constantly changing, and staying compliant is harder than ever. That's where the Behavioral Health Association of Providers can help. BHAP is a national association for those who work in behavioral health or addiction treatment. One of the ways we serve the community is by offering educational opportunities such as CE-based webinars and our certificate in addiction treatment marketing. BHAP also provides advocacy information so you can stay on top of new laws and regulations that will affect how you do business. Our members benefit from simple, effective, and relevant resources that keep you focused on what matters most, the health and well-being of your clients. Helping small and mid-market behavioral health providers access compliance resources and legal education, BHAP is the leading and unifying voice of treatment programs. You can find out more information, as well as sign up for our various newsletters, on our website, www.bhap.us.
Hello, I'm glad you could join us today. Welcome to the webinar, Understanding Certemy's Compliance Management Software. My name is Angie Fiedler-Sutton, and I am with the National Behavioral Health Association of Providers. And now, it's my pleasure to introduce our presenters today. Mary Alice Olsan is the Senior Vice President of Client Services for Certemy. Her role is to ensure a world-class client experience that it starts with understanding the business needs and strategic goals of every client. As a former regulator at both the state and national level, Mary Alice also leads licensing strategy for Certemy. After 10 years in accounting and operations, Anthony Warren has spent the past decade helping organizations improve efficiencies and increase revenue through consultative sales. He's been with Certemy for 4 years and is currently the head of sales. Mary Alice and Anthony, thank you for taking the time to present today. With that, I will hand the webinar over to you.
Thank you so much, Angie. It's wonderful to be here with all of you today. We really look forward to your questions.
Great. Yes. And again, excuse me. Thank you, Angie. Appreciate you letting us meet. I see some familiar names on the list of attendees. I won't call anyone out, but again, it's great to speak with some of you again and great to meet with some of you for the first time. So, since we spoke before, and I know, my assumption is that a lot of people are familiar with the applicant experience, whether it be through CCAP or another, certification or license you're obtaining. What I want to do is just let you know that Certemy does so much more. We not only work with boards, certification, licensing, national, international, and state, but we also work with organizations, companies, your employers, publicly traded companies, to help them manage, track, and verify the compliance processes for all of their employees. So what I'm going to do is just run you through a quick little, slideshow, tell you a little about how we can help benefit you as managers of individuals or businesses that require license, certification, or trainings. Okay, so I am going to share my screen. And I'm just going to, tell you a little bit about Certemy. We've been in business since 2017. We were founded by a CPA and a board-certified state licensed physician who found their license and certification processes in all areas, as applicants, as administrators of boards, and also as employees and employers, to be tedious and inefficient. So they had the idea of Certemy. It was adopted rather quickly by several organizations. We obtained funding of one of the top Silicon Valley investors, brought on a new leadership team, including myself, Mary Alice, and some other people who have expertise in areas, to help, not just software, not just people who say, look, we built software for you, use it, and it'll work. No, we take a consultative approach. Mary Alice is a former regulator. Myself, I've worked in operations and accounting. So I understand being audited, not just financially, but records, training, safety. And we have other people in data migrations and building and client success that we've just built our careers and taken pride in providing a world-class client experience. We have offices on both coasts. So again, if you do have people that are Eastern or Pacific time, you'll never have a problem getting help. And we work in all areas, not just mental health, behavioral health, and healthcare, but we're also working in field service. We're working in pest control. We're working in locksmith, architecture, accountancy, legal, law. Anyone who has a compliance process has found that they could benefit through our single ecosystem for compliance management. So again, at a high level, what does Certemy do? What does it help you track, verify, and manage? Credential management. Any licenses or certifications that your employees obtain outside of your business, and also workforce compliance. Any standards or regulations required by you or the state or a governing body for employees to obtain and maintain employment. For example, COVID vaccination, career path, onboarding, training, sexual harassment training, OSHA training. Think of any standard that requires an action. Certemy can help you maintain, track, verify, and manage. Now, you've heard me say these words a few times, but the reason I do is because during our journey, we've identified what we like to call the 3 pillars of compliance. And the first one is track. So from anywhere in the world, the management team will have access and visibility from a laptop or a desktop device to the status of an employee's compliance. Where do they stand in a license, a certification? Has everyone completed their sexual harassment training, provided a vaccination card, a valid driver's license? Think of any requirements you have. We help you track that from a laptop or a desktop. And in turn, we make it easy for your employees, as you know, as you manage your own individual certifications, to manage these from a laptop, desktop, smartphone, or tablet. Verify. There's 2 ways we help you verify or provide evidence that an employee's license or credential is up to date and in good standing. The first, like you do through the steps on an evidence file, digital uploads with a digital signature or attestation stating that someone's license or certification is valid and in good standing. We also offer what we call primary source verification, where we have direct data ingestion. We actually go to the board site, the issuing body site, provide you with evidence, time-stamped evidence of the status of an employee's license or certification. And if there are any negative actions or sanctions, we tie it all together with reporting and update reports to tell you who's at risk of falling out of compliance, who has been suspended, and who has sanctions. So you will never be unaware of any actions. This all happens in real time at the frequency you would like. And the third is manage. We help you help your employees maintain or obtain new licenses, certifications, or trainings. Because we understand, right? There are costs associated with hiring new employees. There's costs associated with losing employees. Okay. If you have an employee leave, you have to cover and get their sessions covered because someone's not there. But again, if you have an employee there, you keep them happy, let them grow in their career. They already know the organizational culture and requirements. They can grow, they can help others, they can bring people up, and you can grow your revenues while providing a great experience for your employees. And just one slide I like to show is a case study. This is they have around 2,000 employees in telehealth, and they were able to schedule and complete 21,000 additional sessions by using Certemy last year. So just think about that, right? You could get an extra 20 sessions from each one of your employees, right? How much revenue does that mean for you and your employees? How many more people are you helping, right? How many people are you helping that you wouldn't have been able to help before by using Certemy's track, verify, and manage process? So I'm going to stop sharing just for a second because I want to show you now is a focus on our what we call employer dashboard. Okay. So this is our employer dashboard. Now, most of you might be familiar with the professional or employee interface where you're actually taking action on your own licenses or certifications. But what I want to do is I want to show you what you will see as a manager or an administrator. And there's several ways you'll have access to this information. And as you can see on the left side of the screen, this is a dashboard. This is an overall compliance dashboard where you could break all your trainings, licenses, and certifications into credentials, specialties, miscellaneous, etc. We not only help you track individual licenses and certifications, but you could have people or locations. So if you have any facilities or business licenses required, right, that are attached to a person or to a business, you could track either or. Okay. So I'm going to filter down now, and you'll notice I'm filtering. And now I'm only seeing clients. Now I'm only seeing my quote consultants. Okay. So these are just the people. You see all their faces. You'll also notice here it's filterable down by the type. I am a super administrator. I have unlimited access. I could see everyone in the organization. I could also filter down to what I do or do not want to see at any given point in time. And you can restrict the access rights of your managers to only see the individuals or the groups of people that they need to see and take action on. So there's several ways you could see and have visibility. First is on the individual view, where you see all your people and their faces. Notice the red, yellow, and green alerts you may be familiar with. Okay. And notice everyone has a different number of credentials assigned to them. This is not cookie cutter. You don't have to have all employees have 10 credentials, 1 credential, right? Josh has 8. Miriam has 2. Notice you can see where Josh stands in the red, yellow, and greens. You know, you get those automated emails saying, please do this, action step required. You can also double down as a manager. They're going to get these. Your employees will get reminders, but you can also double down and send out reminders to the employee, emails to the employee or their designated manager as well, to make sure they're staying on top of things. You can also view this on a calendar view. So you could see at any moment in time when your employees are expiring or what's expiring. Here we are. We have 3 credentials expiring tomorrow. We can go in here and take the same actions on what needs to be done, same contact, remind, contact the email, etc. And then you could also view it on a map. So if you have multiple locations, if you're nationwide, if you're up and down the state of California, wherever it may be, you can hone in on just specific geographic regions as to where your employees stand geographically. So you have your people, you have your time, and you have your locations. We're also going to provide you with reports, okay, reporting dashboards. And there are some that are standard out of the box. And when I say that, these are the standard views. These will be updated with the primary source verification, okay? There's a lot of things that happen here. But notice right now, you're able to see the health, overall health of the company, who's suspended, who's expired, who's pending, and who's in good standing. And this is overall, it's filterable down as well. And below, you could see it on a credential by credential, license by license, training by training basis. Notice these are all the acronyms associated with the licenses that roll up to the overall compliance health. You can see the expiration, 7, 30, 60 to 90. Notice I have some filters on here. I'm going to reset them and have more people into the report. Who's coming up when, who's in good standing. You can see it overall. You can also see it on a license by license basis. And then we have the overall details, right, of the credential compliance. Again, like I mentioned, filterable, downloadable, and you could see where everyone stands at any time. Now, CE, continuing education, lifelong learning. This is something that you're tracking for your certifications and licenses as credential holders, but you can also help ensure that your employees stay on top of their CE on an overall employee basis, okay? And also on a certification or license by license basis. We'll also give you the details behind the CE to show you who is 25, 50, 75, or 100% there. Okay, and this is all standard. Based on the workflows, those applications, those requirements we will build for you, it will all automatically populate these reports based on the actions taken, required, and the timing of such actions by your employees. We also have things called dependent and independent details. This is very popular in, with pharmacy, DEA, controlled substance. If you need to tie a facilities license to an employee, that person wins the Mega Millions, right? They may retire, they may change careers, but you don't know that that business's license was dependent on that person. Certemy can alert you to that right here on this screen. We also have things called custom reports, where you're able to, again, we have things called custom org fields. We allow you to collect and report on all the information you like, and we'll build out the requirements for you. I didn't want to get too deep into that for the sake of time, but I want to explain anything that you want to report on. Any reports you're manually running now that you have to do on a weekly, monthly, quarterly, daily basis, they will update in real time for you. Okay, so for example, this is an application progress report. If you would like to see where all your employees stand in the process of an application, you could see this right here, and it'll tell you everyone where they are, how long they've been at a certain point, what they need to do, where they stand, and any reports could be emailed to you at the time and frequency you'd like, downloaded in CSV, Excel, or JSON in real time with that information. A popular reporting request by a lot of people is for audit. And this, hits close to home with me because I used to have to provide these reports and go, fishing for information or hunting for information. With that simple CSV download that we could do, we can also include files. So if you need to provide a county, a state, a national auditor with evidence that everyone at your company has completed defensive driver training. Everyone has a valid license. Everyone has gone through whatever it may be. As long as you request and have a copy of that documentation, we can provide you the report that will have any of the fields you like and a clickable copy. So you would just say, okay, Mr. or Mrs. Auditor, what's your email address? We're going to send this to you right now. You want proof that Bill Smith has a valid certification? Here's a copy of everyone's license or certification. You simply click a button. And again, this is a demo environment, but it would pop right up a copy of their license right there in real time that you could provide to anyone who needs to see it. Another feature that a lot of people find very valuable is what we call primary source verification. I'm going to use the state of Ohio, for example. Let's go in here. So if I were to go look up someone's license in the state of Ohio, I would have to go to the website, wait for it to load, right? Make sure I picked the right state, right? Did I? Is this the right nursing license state? I need to verify my nurse's license. So here we go. I want to look for a license. I'm going to look for Armstrong. There's going to be a list of all the Z Armstrongs here. Oh man, which one do I need? Let's try this one. Okay, here you go. So this is going directly to the source and viewing the information from that source of Zachary Armstrong's license. Today's the 21st. It's 1:18 p.m. It's active. Everything looks great. Now with Certemy, we're going to save you this time. We have direct data ingestion. So I'm just going to go to my list of users. Every employee is going to have a profile. They don't see this profile. Only managers do. Where you have all the information related to that employee on their profile, right? All their info, etc. Okay. It's all in here. Their own unique file. Any forms they filled out, credentials assigned to them. So you'll see any credentials assigned to this person. Okay. He's a registered nurse. That's great. Any files that they have uploaded or that have been uploaded on their behalf. So I'm just going to click on files here and notice we only have verifications for Zach. We haven't requested anything. But notice here we have tons of verifications today, yesterday. Let's go back in time. Let's pick a random date. Here we go. Let's go to the 8th of January and see what Zach's license looked like on that date. I click download. Now, what Certemy is doing is providing me. Look at this. I'm going to make it a little bigger on my screen. I apologize. This should look familiar. Same information. Zachary James Armstrong on the 8th at 9:45 that we got today at 1:18. We're automatically giving you documentation. So if anyone ever says, was Zachary valid on 1:18 or 1:8 or 12:2, you have that at your fingertips in real time on his profile. And again, just to go back into users and just show you some more flexibility of what you can collect on an employee, I'm going to open up Joseph. Here's Joseph's picture, his name, right? All the information. Joseph has a few more credentials assigned to him than Zachary. Joseph also has files that he uploaded. So if you ever want to see Joseph's college degree, it's right here. If you ever want proof that Joseph took a CE course, just like you're uploading to your digital wallet, it goes to the back end. It's all right here. And notice as a manager, you can upload files that you can share with the professional or not to their file. So you can get rid of that filing cabinet you have in your office. And now you have a digital in the cloud file that can have information provided by either the professional, the employee, or a manager, all at your fingertips. We also have things called forms where we know that to have people become accepted providers with healthcare, there's sometimes PDF forms. Well, we'll take all the information, we'll collect it in Certemy. It'll automatically populate that form and help your employees apply for that required provider acceptance. We can direct them to third-party sites to go obtain the new licenses. There's a lot of things we can do on the employee professional side that will all populate here and your lists. And again, just to show you how easy things can be for you as a manager. Any submissions by your employees, just going to go in 1 second here. Excuse me. So anything that you're requesting from your employees to do, any submissions of evidence, any actions taken, trainings, videos watched, etc., you're simply going to go to a verification list. And you're going to have a list of everything that's been submitted by every employee. It'll tell you what type it was. Was it a form, evidence file, etc.? This is similar to what the boards are doing when they're reviewing your applications. But notice you want a copy of Joseph's license. He needs to give it to you. It'll tell you what you're asking for, when it's due, when it was received, audit trail. And again, you need a copy of license. This is what he submitted. You could simply reject or approve, and he or she will get the automated email notifications that you receive when you pass or have a step rejected. So at this point in time, I'm just going to pause. Like I said, I wanted to get into the management side and just give you some time for Q&A.
If you have any questions, please put it in the chat. We can also put it, since we have not a whole lot of people here, we can also pull you up if you'd rather speak face to face.
And we really do appreciate everyone's time today. I know you've all got busy schedules, so thank you so much. And Anthony, thank you for going through that great demo. It's a product that we're just super excited about. And from my perspective as the SVP of Client Services, right, I have the honor of actually helping clients use this product, right, and see how transformative it is to their businesses. So we're thrilled to be with you guys today, and just let us know if you have any questions at all.
Jennifer asks, my program requires certification in housing and homelessness case management. Do you track those types of certifications?
We absolutely can. We absolutely can. Can you hear me? Because I see the questions being displayed. All right. So yes, we can. The thing that's great about Certemy is, sometimes we would say that we're vertical agnostic, but any requirements that you have. Yep. Oh, thank you, Jennifer. Any requirements you have, you would work with Mary Alice's team. And they would say, okay, what are you looking to track? And we go through this a little more in the sales process. So by the time you get to the team, we know what you're looking to do. But if you said we need to require a certification in housing and homeless, okay, great. How granular do you want to get? Do you want step by step? Do you want proof that they have it? Do you want us to help you, help employees obtain this? Anything you need to do from the point of not having it to obtaining it to renewing it, we can help you track in as few or as many actions as you'd like.
Are doing yard work outside my window, so I'm going to keep myself muted right now.
It's okay. I understand completely.
I was wondering where that was coming from. Hey, that's good. You're going to have a nice yard. Yeah, I think, Certemy's at its core, which we talk about a lot, is that we are a workflow engine. So honestly, if there's anything that you can think of to track, we can track it. And then of course you can see the value that Anthony presented in terms of how you can sort of manage the information that you're tracking in dashboards and reports.
So, Jennifer, that's another good question. And again, the primary purpose of this, all right, is, yes, for your employees and staff. We are not a CRM, so to speak, where you would be tracking things. So we don't have anyone doing it for patients / clients. And it's something I'm going to be quite honest. I don't recommend at this point in time. I'm not saying that might not change in the future, but the best use cases are for employees, facilities, and licensed locations. You get into clients, it gets a little hairy because it's just not meant for that. You might have information you don't want people to see about clients that they may be able to see. This is not a practice management software. It is a risk mitigation and revenue growth tool to help you, promote opportunity costs, reduce administrative costs, and reduce the risks of noncompliance while adding value to your employees so they can complete more tasks. I know this is mostly based on case management, like your case. But let's use pest control as an example, because we have two of the largest pest control, actually three right now, the largest in the country, Anticimex, Davy, and Truly Nolan. So the example is if you're a pest control technician, right, and you have a general, applicator's license, they may not be able to do what's called IPM treatments or commercial treatments at schools. So by having Certemy, you can help your technicians get IPM licenses. So now one technician who may be doing an apartment complex or neighborhood next to a school could now go to the school instead of having scheduled multiple techs. Would you like to be brought stage continue? Oh, sorry. That was Angie.
She has a couple had the couple questions. I was just, Jennifer, if you'd like to be invited on stage so you can actually verbalize your questions, we can do that. Apparently not. She's multitasking.
Understood. Well, I hope everything goes well in the doctor's office and you're there in a good multitasking and not the last time I was in the doctor's office, I was multitasking as a dad of a patient and someone trying to figure out insurance information. So that was not fun trying to keep my kid from falling off his crutches.
Any other questions from either Jennifer or anyone else?
Oh, gotcha, Jennifer. Well, God bless.
Okay. Was there anything on your end still left to do?
I mean, there's so much more I could say and show, but I just wanted to, give everyone the opportunity to see, and think, like Jennifer asked very good questions. Like, can you help me with my homeless cases? Yes. I just wanted to show you a very generic, so to speak, high level, but we could always schedule if anyone's interested in a personalized demonstration or has some questions. I'm easy to contact. My email is just anthony@certemy.com, which you should have in the invite. If not, it'll be copied when this goes out. Mary Alice, did you have anything that you wanted to add at this point? That is correct. Yep. Perfect. Thanks, Angie.
No, that's great. Just that, look, we'd be excited to talk to any of you in more depth. And again, thank you, Angie, for getting this all set up for us today.
Well, I want to thank Mary Alice Olson and Anthony Warren for presenting today. Thanks as well as for you participating. We hope you join us for future webinars. You can sign up for our various newsletters, which includes emails specific to upcoming events at our website, www.nbhap.org. With that, unless either of you have something else to go, we can conclude today's webinar.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you.